And you're watching Two Guys News. Today we've got a couple stories.
Garrett, I said no! What are you doing?
You didn't say yes. Hello and welcome to Two Guys News. I am TJ Washuk, and this is the show where I go over the news topics of the day in about 3 to 5 minutes. This is a new format that I am trying out, so comments below are appreciated. Now today is Two Guys Tuesday, which is a segment where I promote a Two Guys member or fan. This week's honorary fan is Matt Strong, aka Shade One. Matt has been on the Two Guys Small Talk podcast and has been a supporter of the community since the beginning. Matt has been making music and creating beats for years. Recently he created a YouTube channel and has been working like a doctor to get some quality out.
Ayo Shade, you wanna hit this?
I will have a link to his website and his YouTube channel down below. Now on to the news. The government shutdown is in its third week now, and there are concerns mounting over the possibility of a delay in tax refunds. Well, good news, my friends. A Trump administration official said Monday that taxpayers who are owed money will be paid on time. Russell Vought, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name, is the acting director of the White House Budget Office, said customary rules will be changed to make the payments possible. He told reporters Monday that an indefinite appropriation was available for the refunds, which would go out as normal. A new state law takes into effect in Florida today that is expected to restore voting rights to more than 1 million people with felony convictions. Despite these questions that the state officials have about this new law and how it will be implemented. The new law says that voting rights shall be restored to those with a felony conviction who has completed all their sentence, including parole or probation, except those convicted of a murder or felony for sexual offense. It's also not clear how the completion of the sentence will be reflected in the database that elected officials use to check on someone's voter registration application. Okaloosa County Supervisor of the elections, Paul Lux, stated that he won't be able to provide guidance to those people because he didn't know either. So it's on the former felons to have all their ducks in a row before they register online or in person. Now on to business news. Samsung Electronics issued earnings guidance for their final quarter of 2018 today that not only marks its first quarter profit decline, but also fell below analyst expectations. The company attributed the drop to its memory chips, which previous quarters had helped them with their earnings even when their smartphone business was at a low point. Samsung Electronics said it expects the consolidated operation profit to be about 10.8 trillion, which is about 9.67 billion US, which is a 28.7% drop from the 15.15 trillion it recorded the same period a year ago, and below the 13.2 trillion that analysts had predicted. In a statement, the company said, "We predict the earnings to remain subdued in the first quarter for 2019 due to the difficult conditions of the memory business, thanks to the unexpectedly weak demand from some of its data center customers." Last week, Apple lowered its first quarter earnings guidance, blaming its low sales on China and other emerging markets. On to some sadder business news. So Sears, the U.S. department store chain, once dominated the U.S. shopping malls, is reported to be seeking out liquidation from the bankruptcy judge. Now, back in October of last year, Sears filed for Chapter 11. Neil Sanders, the managing director of Global Data Retail, said reports of Sears headed to liquidation suggest that the much-storied retailer is now at the end of its long road of collapse. Its recent journey to this point has been characterized by incredibly poor strategic decisions, chronic underinvestment, and continuous financial machinations designed to keep the company afloat. All of this, which impacted trading, remains dire, making Sears more like a patient in a coma than a fully functional retailer. Yikes. Now on to some WTF news to close out today's video. There was a chicken tender spill on a highway in Cherokee County, Alabama. But wait, there's more to this. The county's emergency management agency has issued a declaration to not eat those chicken tenders. In the Facebook post, the Cherokee Emergency Management Agency warns that while the free chicken tenders may sound delicious, however, the boxes of the tenders have been sitting on the side of the road for more than 24 hours and are unsafe for human consumption. For those who fail to adhere to these warnings, the agency further notes that it's a crime to impede the flow of traffic, and anyone caught attempting to eat the chicken tenders to go will be charged for the crime. Details including the brand of the chicken tenders, their seasoning, and whether they are previously frozen are not available at this time. And that's about it for today's news. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw and want to see more, please hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. But as always, we love you and good night.
This has been a Two Guys production.